Hey there, this is Katherine Cartwright. Welcome. I am getting out a set that I got over Christmas break that I didn't get to, the nesting Christmas box from Diamond Press, and I wanted to use it. I needed to make a couple of boxes, and so I'm going to use it a little bit differently. I'm going to make the box, but I'm going to do a little something different on the top. I've got this stamp set from the pop-up series. I have a bunch of videos on those. I haven't gotten to those balloons either that I just showed you. So I decided I wanted to use some of my stuff from my craft stash. So they've got some instructions always in the Diamond Press world, which I always appreciate, and I always comment on that, how much I appreciate the step-by-step instructions. So it's telling me to cut out, so there are three kind of main dies. There's the bottom box, the box bottom side, the bottom box top side, and the box bottom. Okay, so I've cut out the pieces that I need, and I'm taking a look here at the instructions on which piece is which. So the larger piece is the bottom, and then the side top is the smaller piece. And again, there are instructions. If you purchase this set, or if you pick it up, it may still be on HSN. That is where this came from, so you could check there. But anyway, I just wanted to try it out. And I'm going to follow the instructions here of folding down these tabs. You're going to glue these two pieces together to create the box, and then you're going to put the top or the bottom on there, depending on which piece you're working on. So you're supposed to glue the two ends together. So I'm going to start with my one end. It's going to take me a second here. My glue is kind of acting up a little bit on me. I love it, but the weather has changed here, and now it's kind of, I haven't been crafting much either, and so I think it's kind of clogged up on me a little bit, and so I'm just trying to get it going again. All right, so I'm going to pull these two tabs together. When I glue stuff like this, I kind of like to hold it in my hand and manipulate it a little bit to make sure that I get it together as much as possible. These boxes that they make, the interactive boxes like this, really are pretty foolproof because they're cut so precisely and they work really, really well. So I always love these kind of products from a Diamond Press. All right, so I've let that dry, and then I'm going to add glue to the tabs, all the remaining tabs. Now this part I didn't do correctly. I think you were just supposed to do the edges and then you can add a piece, but I went ahead and did all the edges, and then I'm going to add a piece on the bottom and on the top. So I did a little bit of an unnecessary step here because I wasn't reading the instructions. And so my box is very, very sturdy now. So that's the positive of having not listening and reading instructions. So I'm going to glue these tabs together, and then I'm going to fold these in and place my box, the bottom of my box on there. You could have just glued the edges and then put that inside, but I've got it on the bottom, and then I'm going to add a piece on the top. So again, my box is extra, extra sturdy. So I should have applied it to the inside, it appears. And then those tabs would go together. See how you have the little tabs inside? If I had glued just the edges, added the glue on the inside, I wouldn't have had to put the bottom on there. So I just did an unnecessary step. So you can just pretend I didn't do anything that I just did. But I don't mind having a really sturdy box because this paper I'm using, it's fairly strong, but it is not the heaviest weight of paper that I have. I wanted to use this color, and in using that, it's not my thickest cardstock, so having an extra reinforcement there doesn't hurt. All right, I'm going to run my glue around there, and then I will add my box in there. So again, you glue the end together and then fold your tabs in with the glue on the inside like I just did there, and then you can lay your box in there. And that works great. I'm going to let that set up really well and then move on to my top. But I'm measuring this. This is 4 inches. And this is a square, so it should be 4 inches all around, and it is. Okay, there we go. So I'll let that dry, and then I'm going to move on to the top. So it's the same process here. I'm going to fold these tabs down and then glue the ends together, and then I will add the top on this one. And once those set up, I'm going to make a little bit of a change on here since it is not Christmas. It is the new year at the time of this video being recorded, and I am definitely out of Christmas time and don't want to do any Christmas stuff right now. Maybe in July I'll be ready for Christmas again, but for now I am not ready. So I'm moving on. But it had all these awesome dies that you can cut into the box lid. So a holly, you can see a holly in there. I think there's like an ornament. So instead of doing that, I've taken a piece of white cardstock that is Copic marker friendly, and I cut the top piece, the second piece that I needed, and I'm going to stamp that balloon bouquet that I showed you earlier with a Copic friendly ink. So I'm using my Gina K Amalgam ink. This is Obsidian, my favorite black ink. And I took it up a notch by adding an alphabet in there. I found this little alphabet from Avery Elle in my craft stash because I thought they're cute balloons, but they're kind of plain. And so I thought it'd be fun to add the alphabet in there. So I just picked a few colors here, B23, and I'm just kind of figuring out my pattern. And I'm only putting one layer in there. I could have left a highlight on the side, but to be honest, I forgot about doing that. I was thinking more of planning, and so leaving that little kind of white highlighted area I didn't do, but you certainly could if you have this stamp set. And this stamp set, like I said, is one that turns into a 3D pop-up. I will link my other 3D pop-up videos, and you can see that ink, that marker is totally dry, but I will link my other 3D pop-up card videos. I've got some fun ones from spring, summer, 4th of July. There was a great series, auto ship last year, that Diamond Press put out, and this was one of them included in that set. And I also went ahead and colored the confetti, and so I am ready to put my top together. Now this one you do push in the tabs, and so I'm going to lay that on there. And it will have a little bit of a border because the top is just a tiny bit different. So I've got that there, and it looks great. So I'm just going to take my bone folder here and squeeze that on there. So this is just a way of using this set differently. If you have this box set, it's a great size, and you could put a lot of things in here. You could definitely put candy for sure. I'll show you at the end the size. I'm going to put a gift card in there, and you'll be able to see how large it is. I found this confetti in my craft stash, and I wanted to add a little bit more to it, and I decided to stay with the blue tones. And so I'm just adding kind of 3 on each side to frame my box. Okay, so that's it on that one. And then I wanted to show you a second box that I made. I did the same process I just showed you, but I had this cute quilt set that I got also from HSN that I wanted to use, and since it was a square, I knew that it would fit possibly on top. Now this just cuts out the die. It doesn't cut into the paper, so I'm going to have to glue this onto my my box top, and it's not the same size. You can see it's a little bit smaller. I didn't measure it, but I would probably guesstimate it to be about 3 inches across. So I'm going to have a nice little border here, but I'm finishing the top of my box, and then I'm going to add on the panel to the top, and just making sure everything fits together correctly, and it looks great. So I'll add some liquid glue on the back of that, and then I went ahead and cut out this quilt, I should say. This is it looks like a snowflake to me, and since it's still winter where I am, and it's actually very cold today, unseasonably cold today, I felt like making a winter box. So I'm working on laying out my pattern. I thought about doing a lighter color instead of this beautiful glitter paper. This glitter paper was in a pack from Hero Arts, a card kit, and so I'm just using some of that up. I thought it would look really pretty with the blue. And so I'm just going to go ahead and finish off my snowflake with the rest of my quilt pieces. But you could obviously do any color you wanted if you have this set. But I definitely wanted to use it and just show you that you could use it in a different way on a different project. I'm trying to shop my stash in the beginning of this year and use some of my Diamond Press products. So how cute is that? You could add a little banner on the front or a tag, tie it up. But here are the 2 boxes completed, totally different. And here is that gift card. I was going to show you that it easily fits into that box. You've got a nice size to work with. Well, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of video from Diamond Press, using some of their products, be sure to like and share and subscribe. Have a great day. Thanks so much.